he said, she said. Meaning every time they do it, they say Dr. Corey and his group says this, the NIH says that, and you're left with the NIH thinks it's, it's nice that these doctors think it works, but the NIH doesn't, so you're left. It doesn't lead you to anywhere good, these articles.
It is designed to leave you without a conclusion.
Clearly.
Right? Which then
or the conclusion is everyone who trusts the agencies know if it was working, the gods of science and knowledge would say it to. These rabid doctors are just, they're a little overexcited. Okay. So the fact is we're not getting, there's not a discussion around ivermectin in major or mass media. The only times I get invited to do interview, it tends to be right-wing or conservative media because I think they're more naturally aligned to question government. And so that's the only places I can get a voice. No like major central or liberal-leaning outlets want to talk to us or give us a credible
No mainstream.
Mainstream, that's what I meant.
You're sitting here at the table of liberals, right?
Yeah.
But heterodox liberals.
Yeah.
Right? It is the orthodox liberalism that is finding this impossible to swallow. And unfortunately, for reasons I cannot explain, that mainstream pseudo-leftism in the U.S. has become aligned with all these gargantuan powers that it traditionally would have been opposed to.
Yeah,
right?
I thought that's what we were about.
Right, exactly.
When I say I'm a liberal as well.
Well, of course. And, the thing is now we're rebels.
And heterodox is a good word because it's true. I don't align perfectly with, everything that and what we're supposed to be about, I think we're failing. So anyway, so when you talk about, when I look at the U.S., so we have a map. So it's just been, I got to tell you, at the same time that I'm so demoralized what's happening in the U.S., when I look at all the countries that have, and the amount of countries that have adopted into their national guidelines and are absolutely saving hundreds and thousands, if not millions of lives with ivermectin, a lot of times our review paper in our group is mentioned. And it's like an extremely satisfying thing. And so even in India and many states in South America and Central America, even Mexico used our work because we brought it to attention of a lot of these agencies. When you look at Eastern Europe and Slovakia and Czech Republic, it's so... The impacts of, Paul Marek's early identification of ivermectin and our review paper, it's tremendous on a global scale. It's still insufficient, but it's tremendous. And the last thing I want to say is it's not just the FLCCC. So my review paper, which just got published about 6 weeks ago, is one of now 6 published review papers, all written by, and I have to stress this word, Brett, independent panels of experts, not allied with a university, a newspaper, a pharmaceutical company, just well-meaning academics who are looking at this evidence. And in those 6 reviews, so it's our group, a tremendous group from the UK headed by a woman named Tess Laurie. She's actually an expert consultant to the WHO and the Cochrane Library. For a living, you know what she does? She does systematic reviews and meta-analyses, which informs treatment guidelines for all of the major agencies. She has done that. Her and her group did this for ivermectin. You can't come up with a more credible source than her. She also, her group, and they brought together a guideline committee of 65 people from all around the world, all advocate ivermectin. Satoshi Omura's group from the Kitsatso Institute in Japan, they did and published a review paper also calling for ivermectin.
Nobel laureate.
In a group of Italian researchers in Spain. So you have independent panels from Spain, Italy, UK, US, and Japan. None of us with conflicts of interest, none of us who stand to gain anything, and we're all saying the science says this has to be systematically deployed. And the fact that even with those credible voices from all of those countries, we're getting drowned out. And we're just getting suppressed and distorted.
There is no level of consistency among people who have looked at this. There is no amount of credential that breaks through this wall of silence.